Hello, this is Bethany, and my channel is called Bethany Between the Pages. I started talking to my family at Christmas time about starting a YouTube channel, and we talked about some ideas of what my channel could be called, things I could talk about, and I wanted it to be something book related since I've recently fallen back in love with reading. I'll talk about that later, but I won't necessarily just be talking about books on my channel. First of all, my niece, she created this for me when we talked about a YouTube channel. It's Bethany Between the Pages. And I wanted to talk a little bit about myself. She wrote, number one, and this is the most important thing, I am a Christian. I want everything on this channel, everything that I talk about, everything I do and say to honor and glorify God. I am a Christian first and foremost. I am married to the love of my life. His name is John. We've been married for almost 19 years now. We do not have children. Some of the ladies in the BookTube community know a little bit about this, but 2 years ago we had a disrupted adoption, and my husband and I are just praying about what God would have next for us. Some other things about myself. My husband is a pastor, so I am a pastor's wife, which I always said I didn't want to be. I am very much an introvert and very shy. I've grown a lot in that, but I was a very, very shy little girl. And that is one of the reasons I'm starting a YouTube channel, actually. My husband thought this would be a good way for me to get out of my comfort zone, to express my thoughts in front of the camera, to share. I've already greatly enjoyed the community that is within the Christian BookTube community, meeting the lovely ladies that have become friends already. I'm starting my first buddy read tomorrow, so I'm very excited about that. I have a list of questions, little get-to-know me questions. I have not rehearsed this at all. I've not even given much thought to the answers, so this is definitely going to be off the cuff. So the very first question is, why did you create this channel? And I already talked about that a little bit. I would love to talk more about books, to learn more about books. A lot of feedback. I'm hoping I'll get a lot of feedback in the comments with just some suggestions, ideas, maybe books that are not so much mainstream, but that would be interesting to learn about. And the next question is, why do you love reading? I don't really know how to answer that question. Is it okay to say I just do? I started reading as a little girl. I will get to this more later also, so I don't want to say too much, but my mom had several bookshelves, and her collection has grown as well, but several bookshelves that my sister and I would go and pick from, and we just devoured any book we could get our hands on, and we were just at that point limited to what my mom bought, but we loved most of it. Let's see, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? I've been told by some people that I'm fun. I don't feel like I'm fun, but some fun things I could bring to YouTube is maybe I plan to be very real for this channel. I don't really know how to edit videos. My husband's supposed to help me a little bit with that, so what you see is what you get. I already mentioned that I'm an introvert, and I can also, on top of that, be awkward. I've got lots of awkward stories, so you can just enjoy my awkwardness. What challenges do you think will be the hardest to overcome? Well, the first one was just starting this video. I started it about 4 or 5 times and kept having to stop because I didn't know what I was saying, but we're just gonna go with it. But challenges, I don't intend to put myself on a strict schedule. I'm not interested in a ton of followers. I'm just doing this for fun, and so I'm not gonna force myself to post a certain number of times a week. It probably won't even be once a week. You'll just get a video here and there, just depending on our schedule. A pastor's schedule is not predictable, so with me as being a pastor's wife, Things just come up and I can't make a promise to post at a certain time. Let's see. When did you start reading? I mentioned that I was a little girl, and I read, my very first book was Cat in the Hat. I should have brought that in here. I have a copy, the same copy that I learned to read from, and I think I was about 4, and I was a pretty big fan of Cat in the Hat. It got me to continue reading other books. What books or authors got you into reading? Well, back then, let's see, probably around 1994, I'm getting a message popping up. Lucy just messaged me. Hi, Lucy. So probably 93, 94 is when I started being interested in Christian fiction. And I was reading Jeanette Oke, Lori Wick, Gilbert Morris. Those were some of the authors that I enjoyed. I loved A Place Called Home series by Lori Wick, and I loved the, I think it's called the Canadian West series by Jeanette Oke. Loved those, and I've, since then, I've collected a copy of each one of those for myself, because my mom still has hers that I read from years ago. What kind of books do you like to read? Well, I mainly enjoy historical fiction. I like some Christian suspense also. Some contemporary Christian books. Those aren't my favorites, but definitely open to some suggestions. Let's see. I once posted on Facebook about baked potato twins, and I asked, what exactly do you like on your baked potato? Wouldn't it be fun to know who your baked potato twin is? Well, I always wonder, who is my reading twin? Who do I enjoy reading that someone else would enjoy the same type of books? I'm looking for my reading twin. So I would say, based on what I've seen on Christian BookTube, I like a lot of what Jeanette reads. And her channel name is escaping me. I was going to give her a little plug, but it might be Jane Reads. There we go. That's her channel. I like a lot of things that she enjoys. So let's see. Where do I get my books? Okay, this is a fun one. So I'm not going to try to move this right now, but I have a ton of books. I believe I have close to 1,000, if not over. I've got a pile back there that doesn't fit on my bookshelf, with probably over 100 in my carts online that I'm just waiting till I have the spending money to get some of those. But I very rarely buy a book full price. I thrift a lot of my books. I get books as Christmas gifts, birthday gifts. One fun thing about me is that I resell on Poshmark. I've been doing that for 10 years now, and I have sold over 1,000 items. So currently, anything that I make on Poshmark either is going towards our vacation we're taking next month, or to buy more books. So I buy books on Thrift Books. I buy books at library sales. Thrift stores. We have a lot of thrift stores in our area that occasionally will do books for 10 for $1 or sometimes even 20 for $1. So that's fun. So although I have a lot of books, I have not put a ton of money into them, but I do save up my birthday money and Christmas money. And then of course, I still have some gift cards from Christmas for thrift books that I'm trying to decide what to get next. Getting books in the mail is just the best thing ever. But, okay, I've actually reached the end of my list of questions. If there is something that you would like to know about me that I can answer in the next video, I would be glad to. I just wanted to get started, just go ahead and put myself out there, give you a little bit of information. If you, like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. If you know of any good tags that would be good for me to start with, I would love to do that. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you will stick around for the next video. Bye!